Playing with Kirk, and I know it's just year 2 for Irv, but he's a weapon they've got to use more this year.
Quick pass. There's the rookie Jefferson from LSU showing some jets down around the 25.
You can blame anything you want, but you got to show up to play, and you got to find a way to get ready.
They have 0 total yards since the first drive. After that, this pass is caught by Justin Jefferson. We finally call his name, the rookie out of LSU.
Cousins taking a deep shot for Jefferson. Great adjustment and the catch. What a play by Justin Jefferson. Cousins pump fakes, now fires. Jefferson has it again for another first down. Down the sideline goes the rookie Jefferson. His 6th catch of the first half. Play fake. Cousins taking a deep shot. Jefferson's got separation, and he's got the catch inside the 40. Jefferson still going. See you later. Justin Jefferson, have a day.
Cousins from the pocket has time, and Jefferson has it inside the 40. Now 3rd and 10 after a loss of 2. Pressure coming. Cousins flow for Jefferson. He's got it inside the 40. Justin Jefferson.
Give that man a chance.
Give him a chance.
J.J. Watt said, that's on me as the leader of this defense to make something happen for our squad. Throw is caught by Jefferson. What an adjustment on the sideline. And a first down, Vikings.
So much different today. We'll see what Minnesota can do.
Well, they're trying to go over the top and able to connect with Justin Jefferson. So a great start to the drive as he beats the coverage of Kendall Sheffield. So the drive stays alive. Cousins connecting over the middle, stretching it out. I think he's in. Yes, Justin Jefferson, touchdown Minnesota. Took him a while to find pay dirt, but they do with 6:25 left in the 3rd. And Minnesota just trying to come up and get this offense going fast, see if they can put it in the end zone one more time. This should help. Justin Jefferson able to escape and get in. I thought Kendall Sheffield might rip his jersey off, but Justin Jefferson stays on his feet and scores it from 49 yards out, and his family loves it. 2-point conversion. Guess who? Justin Jefferson. Yes, they do have the players. You're right.
Empty backfield for Cousins. 3rd down and 5. Good block by Reed downfield. He's got Jefferson! And that is what he has done to this offense. Stretching it vertically.
He might have been able to call a penalty there, but nevertheless, this guy right here has come to play tonight. He knows he's going to play a big role.
That doesn't feel like a coincidence either. Extending, Justin Jefferson makes the catch, gain of 7. It's been a squeaky clean kind of game, or at least the flags that have been thrown. Here's 3rd and 11 for Kirk Cousins. Able to complete across the middle. It's Justin Jefferson across midfield, and Jefferson all the way down to the 32-yard line.
That's as good as it gets right there at the linebacker position, man. Smart heads-up play.
Vikings go back to work from their 17-yard line as Cousins lays one out for Jefferson, who makes the catch at the 44-yard line. First down at 16 following the penalty. Cousins under pressure, able to find his man for a first down in Cowboys territory. It's Jefferson.
And you hear him when he makes these calls on the line. He knows exactly what to do.
2nd down and 3, play action. Cousins going deep for Jefferson in the end zone, touchdown.
There's your dance, Kenny, the gritty. That's your dance, Kenny.
Here we go. Black 80. What are you doing?
3rd down and 8 as Cousins sets and throws. Touchdown, Justin Jefferson. First and goal from the 10. Fake toss. Cousins throws. It is caught by Jefferson. And Jefferson takes it in for his 2nd touchdown today.
2nd and 9. And not just because of that race. Looking deep for Jefferson, who hauls it in at the 15. Working on the rookie Barku, and they finally take the deep shot. Cousins lost that to Jefferson in the end zone. Touchdown. Gritty time in Minneapolis.
Quick throw to Jefferson. He is in. Fourth down and 6. Pass is caught, and what a grab for a big first down by the rookie.
Is Dalvin Cook after picking up 13. Cousins from the pocket. Middle of the field, catch made. It's Jefferson down around the 10-yard line. Cousins, third down. Did he hold on? What a catch as Eddie Jackson came barreling in. And you may not have time to spike it if it's not out of bounds. Cousins, sideline, just as you said. Jefferson out of bounds on the catch, so it's a no catch. And now you got 7 seconds.
And you got to go now.
There's no question.
Cousins, good protection. Pass is caught. Jefferson down near the 5.
Play action on 2nd down. Cousins steps into pressure, finds Jefferson, who breaks the tackle. A flag down in the backfield as Jefferson stays on his feet and goes inside the 15. 37 more for Justin Jefferson. Let's see what the flag is. Pressure coming again. Cousins stands in. Timing throw for Jefferson. First down to the 30. And at a gain of 15, Justin Jefferson sets the all-time rookie record.
Pocket protected. Open in the middle of the field. Breaking loose. Justin Jefferson. He is into the end zone. The Vikings are saying down. The official says down at the goal line. One official raised his hands.
21 minutes of action. First down. Late fake. Cousins looking. Cousins scrambling. Cousins fires. Caught. Touchdown Vikings. Justin Jefferson. Cousins on first down. Good pocket this time. Has time. Finds Jefferson. Jefferson into the secondary, and Jefferson with a first down just shy of the 10 at the 12. Madison in motion. Fake the give. Cousins throws for the end zone. It's Jefferson who's got the touchdown. Second and 10. Cousins settles in over the middle. Jefferson wide open. Jefferson inside the 25, and Diggs finally able to pull him down at the 20-yard line. 29-yard pitch and catch from Cousins to Jefferson.
O'Neal the block at the right tackle, and outside they go, and a nice catch by Jefferson. Right in front of Grant Delpit across the way, and Troy Hill on 3rd and 7. Cousins, O'Neal the block to the end zone, caught for the touchdown. Jefferson again, worked on Denzel Ward. A 12-yard touchdown pass. 1st and 10 after the Cleveland punt. Good pickup of the Taki drive, and a pass goes to Jefferson. Cook was left. 3rd down and 6. O'Neal the block, they go downfield, and it's caught by Jefferson. Works on Denzel Ward. What a catch, but what a throw.
Vikings can throw a lot of receiving options at you on 3rd and 6. From the pocket, well protected. Down the sideline, and caught! Justin Jefferson. The coverage was good, but he was bad.
That, getting mad because you had a punt block on you.
And then the takeaway by the defense. Here's Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is close to a Vikings first down. Finished third in the league in rushing last season. Third down and 2. Cousins lays one up for Jefferson. He's got it.
You saw him make the play, even though he doesn't get credited with the tackle. He's the one that shoved Brian O'Neill in the backfield.
Cousins, deep shot. Got a man. Jefferson, you bet. Touchdown, Minnesota. 50-yard strike to the second-year man out of LSU. Cousins. Past the sticks. He's got a first down to Justin Jefferson. And it's 1st and goal for Minnesota.
Keep an eye on that, maybe setting him up for later on in the ballgame. 3rd down and 15. Cousins has time to the sideline. Flag is down. Jefferson with a catch and out of bounds with a first down. 18-yard play if it stands.
Cam started varsity the next year. I'll finish in a second.
Kirk Cousins will go up top for Justin Jefferson, leaping high, and he makes the catch at the 35-yard line. 3-man Charger rush. Cousins down the sideline, one-on-one. Jefferson wins the battle, working against Tavon Campbell, and a first down for Minnesota.
3rd down 6. Pressure coming. It's picked up. Cousins sees it, unloads it. Jefferson is wide open into Green Bay territory. Makes a move inside the 30. Justin Jefferson. Cousins all day loading up, going deep. Jefferson, he's got it, sailing into the end zone. They mark him down at the 1. 3rd down and goal. Pressure picked up. Cousins over the middle, caught for the touchdown. Justin Jefferson. Down by 1. Pressure coming. Cousins decked. Throws it up for Jefferson. He's got it! And he is in! Touchdown, Minnesota!
They put Thielen in motion.
3rd down and 3. Vikings must get to the 30. There is a flag. Catch is made by Jefferson for a Vikings first down, but we will check with the referee, Brad Rogers. Cousins on 2nd down, bobbled and caught by Jefferson at the San Francisco 40-yard line.
Game back of that final wild card slot in the NFC as they chase Washington. Cousins faking the pitch, rolling to his right. Going to take a chance down the field, and it is caught. Jefferson with a breathtaking catch. Since the Detroit Lions won a game December 6th of last season, week 13. Can they hold on to this lead? Cousins begins, first down pass, low, and it is caught. To the ankle injury in the first half. 3rd and goal with a $1:54 left. Cousins play action towards the end zone. It's Jefferson. Touchdown. And the Minnesota Vikings have retaken the lead.
And in a business that is built on relationships and access, there was nobody he couldn't get on the phone. And he saw Justin Jefferson.
Look at the space right here on Jefferson. A lot of space.
From the Chicago 13 on 3rd and 5. Cousins throwing for Jefferson. Got it. Touchdown, Vikings. And here comes the dance. Justin showing off the gritty.
Rams are going to bring some pressure. Cousins has an opening to Jefferson. Slips a tackle. Still on his feet. Finally dragged down inside the 25 by Rapp.
Madison in the backfield. And Cousins will throw it. Guns it. Sideline. Jefferson with the nice catch, and he steps out of bounds. Clock stops 21 seconds. 3rd and 2. Cousins rolls out looking. Cousins wants to go deep. In the corner. Touchdown!
He was going to allow Kirk Cousins to get up there in this sort of up-tempo style offense, one-word plays and just snap it and go.
Fake. Pressure, steps away. Cousins loading up. Lofting it deep. Jefferson, he's got it! Inside the 20, taken down inside the 15. A big one up top to Justin Jefferson. Cousins over the middle. How is he that wide open? Jefferson again inside the 10, lunging for the end zone. Touchdown! Research and development. He's worked his way up in this business quickly. Cousins, floating one. Jefferson hauls it in. He was suspended in midair, and he made the catch for 21.
You saw Cam Jordan on that last play was dropping in coverage. We want him attacking the quarterback.
Cousins to the sideline. Jefferson with the toe tap. Did he get him down? Yes, he did. Dalvin Cook in the backfield. Off the play fake, Cousins steps up, throws. Jefferson open, defender fell down. Jefferson at the 10, inside the 5, leveling Saints as he works his way out of bounds near the 3.
However you get down here, it doesn't matter.
Jefferson on the end around, and he will walk in for the go-ahead touchdown. First and 10, Saints brought 5, airing it deep for Jefferson. He's got it. The home run ball hit from Cousins to Jefferson.
Cousins has a separated receiver, and if you had to take a guess as to whom it was, into Bears territory goes Justin Jefferson on his 8th catch of the day. Cousins is 15 for 15. No tight ends here, 4 receivers. Using Smith as one of them. Backwards pass to Jefferson. Throwback for Dalvin Cook with blockers in front and a first down. It is 1st and goal for Minnesota. A 2-point attempt to take a 7-point lead. Quick snap. Cousins out route. Jefferson lunging to get it. And it's a touchdown advantage for Minnesota with 2:26 to go.
Vikings 0 for 4 on 3rd down. It's 3rd and 6. Cousins, nice soft touch, and they pick up the first down and more. Taken down the sideline by Jefferson to set up 1st and goal for Minnesota. 2nd down and 3 as Cousins lays one up, and it's caught by Jefferson down the sideline. Worked that time, Jonathan.
That was effective. Cousins well protected here, and Justin Jefferson inside the 25 of the Cardinals has it. This is his 6th straight game without a touchdown catch, as good as he's been, as much as he's caught the ball. And there's a terrific catch. Jefferson. Hawkinson, Mark, is in motion. You've got Jefferson down here, a lot of choices. Floating one for the end zone, and Jefferson reaches up, hauls it in, and hangs on for a touchdown, Vikings. And he's giddy over the gritty. Cousins from the pocket, floating one, and right underneath is Justin Jefferson. On the move and all the way down inside the 15.
The Bills' secondary has been devastated by injuries during the course of this season. Can they get that ball thrown downfield?
3rd and long. Cousins given time. His throw is right there to Jefferson. First catch of the day for one of the NFL's best is a big one into Bills territory. Another 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Cousins looks to throw, lofting for the end zone, and Jefferson! Touchdown, Minnesota! Jefferson, 2 big catches on the drive, and did he just hurt himself in the celebration? As we welcome you to Orchard Park with 2 minutes left in a 4-point game. Kirk Cousins back to throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson. Climbs the ladder. Oh, my goodness! Justin Jefferson pulled it in. The catch of his life. Kirk Cousins, can he do it again? It's Jefferson again! It's a touchdown! The comeback kids have done it again! Justin Jefferson, another monster day. Play action with his eyes downfield. Heaves it for Jefferson sideline. Did he get him down? He did, into Bills territory. Jefferson up at the top, defended by Dane Jackson. Cousins steps into it, wants Jefferson and has him! First down and goal for the Vikings.
The 25, it's a run play. Technically, Jefferson can throw. He does to Thielen. First down at the 13-yard line.
A little more up-tempo here again, Mike.
Yeah, they stay on the field. 3rd and 2. 5 in the pattern, and Cousins throws. It's caught for the touchdown by Jefferson. Team gritty on Thanksgiving. Why not? 2nd and 6. Pressure on. Cousins throws. It's complete. Jefferson on the run to the 42-yard line. Gain of 21. First down, Minnesota. 3rd and 7. Cousins protected, firing deep. Jefferson! He brought it down! Of course he did! What else does he do every time? Cousins back to the air. As he throws downfield, it's hanging in the air, but it's caught by Jefferson again! This dude is unreal.
Just 29 yards through the air. Minnesota's got a 7-point lead. Oh, what a grab! Tremendous hands by Jefferson to snare it.
I get right to where I want to go with every play call I make.
It's 3rd down. Is it Jefferson time? Cousins throws. Caught! Jefferson! Touchdown, Minnesota!
This set of downs for the Vikings. As Cousins throws wide open, it's Jefferson. Jefferson is inside the 30. They've had some missed opportunities today. There's Cousins firing downfield. Jefferson's got it. Justin Jefferson inside the Lions 30, taken down at the 28-yard line.
They're good at man. Keep playing it.
2nd down and 6. Cousins throws, making the adjustment was Jefferson, and he stays in bounds. Finally knocked out at the 33.
He's not running over to the blue tent. Cousins.
Oh, he had Hopkins.
Instead, he's got Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings.
Gritty. That was nasty. For the Vikings at the line of scrimmage, calling plays from the sideline.
Low snap. Cousins deals with it into double coverage, and Jefferson takes a crack. Stefon Gilmore comes in, draws the flags on a defenseless receiver, and Jefferson somehow hung on to the ball.
Look at Jefferson.
Nice and warm inside. Both offenses trying to get going, and Kirk Cousins off the fake. He's got a wide open Justin Jefferson, and there is your new single-season Minnesota Viking receiving yard record holder, passing the great Randy Moss. Empty set for Cousins. Looking deep over the middle, and it is, guess who? Justin Jefferson, the clutch play of the day. To let Minnesota set up 3rd and 9. Here comes the house for the Giants. Cousins throws. Jefferson makes the catch at the 43-yard line. Who else? Pressure coming. Cousins for Jefferson. Jefferson trying to get free. He ends up with a first down. Now they got to get up and spike it. That catch by Jefferson just set the new single-season Vikings record.
Right now in the slot at the bottom of your screen on 2nd down and 9. Cousins looking that way. He's got it. Jefferson at the 45. Into Tampa Bay territory and ripped down from behind by Ryan Neal. A 31-yard pickup. Vikings still without their starting center, Garrett Bradbury, who went out early with a back injury. Cousins has Jefferson. He's open at the 40, inside the 30, and tripped up at the 25. Ball came out late, but they're saying he was down.
3rd and 3. Cousins floats it, caught. Jefferson wiggles his way out to the 45-yard line.
On 2nd down, off the play action, Cousins has to step up, floats it out there, and there's the first catch of the day for Justin Jefferson.
Right on the inside edge of the numbers.
And Cousins with time finds Jefferson again, a diving catch, sprawled out at the 15, got back up and got a couple of extra yards before Jasir Taylor. To us earlier, starting Monday, we're evaluating the O-line. The best 5 guys are going to be out there. To the sideline and a leaping grab by Justin Jefferson. Asante Samuel brings him down at the 10, but a pickup of 25.
USC guy, no surprise.
2nd and 14 at the 48. Oh, what a strike. Oh, Justin Jefferson on the run. Jefferson will not be caught. It's a touchdown. 52 yards for the lead.
Cousins under center. Play action. Looks upfield. Throws. Caught. Jefferson at the 15. The final play of the quarter. Could be a freebie. Cousins to the end zone. It is caught. Jefferson for another touchdown.
Oh, you might have checked to. Are you running it? No way.
4-man rush. Dobbs will throw over the middle. Jefferson up to get it. Gets hit hard by Marcus Epps. Jefferson springs back up at the Raider 46. 15-yard gain and a first down.
Have the right dance moves, probably.
Mullins, plenty of time, fires downfield, and it is caught. Jefferson again between 2 defenders and letting them know.
Mullins, Jefferson. Justin Jefferson rolled down. That's his 2nd catch and a first down.
The longer he holds on to the football, the worse things happens for the Vikings offense.
Throw down to 19, more pressure on Mullins. He throws and it's complete for a first down. Jefferson. Huge play for the Vikings on 3rd and 19. Play clock winding down. Now Mullins moving to his right on 1st down. Now he throws to the end zone. Jefferson. What a catch.
All of a sudden you start counting one extra, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Too many guys.
2nd and long. Mullins, Jefferson. Oh, big hit and a flag. After the hit from Kirby Joseph.
He would have been walking into the end zone for a touchdown.
3rd down at 27. Mullins fires.
Wow.
Jefferson, whoa. What a catch. Unbelievable.
All yet to complete a pass tonight. Changes that with Justin Jefferson at the 42-yard line. It's 3rd and 14. Mullins, caught by Jefferson. Spinning around to the 15-yard line.
Minnesota has 2 of those 4.
Out of the timeout, Mullins over the middle. There's Jefferson. Made a man miss. Made another miss. And dove inside the 10. It's a first down for Justin Jefferson and a gain of 22. Minnesota still with an outside shot at getting into the playoffs. Mullins has Jefferson wide open and has close to 30 yards on the first play of this drive. It's a pass. It's a deep ball. It's Jefferson for the touchdown. Justin Jefferson has the Vikings within a score, beating Kendall Vildor for a 38-yard score.
Boy, is that aggressive play calling. Rams are one of those sneaky teams too, right? I mean, kind of that competitive rebuild this year, and then all of a sudden at the end, they're viable.
Mullins has Jefferson with another big gain into Lions territory.